Good evening and welcome to Thursday night's tea room where we have a spotlight on Cartier. Thank you all for joining us. Let me first introduce our illustrious panel. First of all, next to me is Palm. Good evening, Palm.
Good evening, Tickers. Looking forward to this show very much.
Absolutely, yes. And next to Palm, we have Andy, back to guitar. Hello, Andy.
Good evening, everyone. Also, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, nestling below me, metaphorically speaking, is Brian. Hello, Brian. How are you doing?
Bonsoir, Monsieur Tickers.
Hello there. And then we have finally, sorry, we've got
not
two
finally.
more. Not finally, he's not showing his face in a bit. So we got Red Shovel. How are you doing, mate?
Evening all. Doing good.
And we have Swiss in the corner. Hello, Swiss. How are you doing, mate?
Good evening, Tickers. I'm happy to be back. I'm sorry for the
Welcome
faulty
back.
camera, but
Faulty camera, no problem at all, mate. It's good to have you and your expertise in the panel. Thank you. Hello to all people watching. Let's bring up all the comments. Let's see what was going on. Timepiece Bob. Good evening, all. Hello, Timepiece Bob. Hope you're doing okay.
Hey, Bob.
Okay. Ian, evening all. Please upvote. Thank you, Ian. Welcome back for your holiday. Hope he's all good. Des, evening all. Thank you, Des. Good evening.
Hey, Des.
Matt H, good evening, everyone. Voted. Thank you, Matt H, and good evening. Chili Badger, hello, everybody. Second admin in the house. Thank you, Chili. Okay, Ian saying hello to Des. Hey, Kelly. Hello,
hey.
How you doing?
Hey, Cartier brought Kelly.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Cartier brings Kelly.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go.
Enjoy the show, Kelly. Hello, Pocket. Thank you for being on standby in case Brian didn't make it back for the doctors. Thank you for being there. Appreciated. Okay. Let's just David Rogers. Evening, guys. Hello, David. Patricia, good afternoon. Hello, Patricia. Not seen you in here for a bit. Hope you're doing all right, love. Not seen you for a bit. Voulez-vous? That's not bad. French, is it from me? Cartier is spectacular. Yeah. Thank you for this topic. It's a pleasure, Voulez-vous. We all we aim to please. Ray, woof woof. Fair enough.
Okay, very chien.
Yes. Ray, woof woof. Hello. Is everything doubled up? All right, here we go. Whole milk. Excited to learn about Cartier's military watch offerings. You know what? I'd be all over it like a rash if they had one, but I'm don't. Thank you. Amusing as always, whole milk. It'll be as funny as me one day. Okay. Let's have a look what else is going on. I'm nearly with you, everybody. Mama Vex, good evening all. Thank you. Kelly, Cartier does excite me, but the timing just worked out and I'm thrilled. That's great. We're glad you're thrilled, love.
Awesome.
Okay, that's everybody. Okay. Thank you all in the panel, in the chat for joining us.
Okay, so special show today. Cartier, a personal favorite of mine. I'm still saving up to buy one, but I will get that one day. Just want to give you a bit of background on Cartier. Created in 1847 by Francois Cartier. His grandson Louis Cartier made the brand famous when he created watch in horological terms. It was a jewelry company which only made pocket watches and watch movements on necklaces. When he made a watch for his aviator friend Alberto Santos Dumont. Allegedly, that's the first watch. Breguet say that wasn't the first watch. They think they did it, but the popular folklore goes with the Cartier story. So,
starting off with controversy.
Yes, Breguet versus Cartier. But just to whet your Cartier appetites, I've made a little video from scratch. Just put it together today, and I hope you like it. So I'm going to run that for you. There you go.
Very, very
You
nice.
enjoyed that.
Very nice.
Little
Very well.
Very bien.
Cartier.
Bravo, bravo.
Very well. Very well done. Absolutely.
Right. And next on the agenda is... Are we going to ask the panel, what does Cartier mean to them as a brand and as a watchmaker? So, Tickers, starting with you, my friend.
I'll tell you what.
Not much,
I
probably.
really, not much. I'll be honest with you, they were off my radar, beyond. I never really looked at them. But I had a good old nosy today, and I was amazed. Seriously, I picked 2, but I could have picked a load more. I was really, really impressed. I don't think the website was brilliant. It didn't show them. I mean, do they have open case back, some of these models? Because I didn't show the back to the watch at all.
Some do. Some are even see-through.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, wow. I just really didn't see much, and some of them, one particular one, which was like 22, I think it was 200 grand. You couldn't even see many pictures of it. It was a bit. I don't like the website. Someone needs to actually design a new one for them. But seriously, I just looked at the watches. And I thought I could have picked a hell of a lot more. So I imagine, as far as watchmaking goes, I think they're probably going to be pretty spot on. But yeah, I'll look into them much closer now. We've done this show, as I hope other people will as well. I mean, not everybody watching the show will be on the radar with Cartier, so it could be an interesting one.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say my bit. Cartier, I've always liked them as a brand of watches, as in they're just very elegant, sophisticated, very, not opulent, but just very, very nice and just effortless style. That's what I would call it as a watch brand, and as a brand, obviously a huge jeweler and just a very massive luxury brand. But one of the tops. Just simply Cartier, as I put in my little video there.
Yeah. So, from my perspective, I think Cartier is a brand what doesn't get enough respect in the world of horology from being respected of true watchmakers. I think some of their innovation, especially in case making and design, is very innovative and absolutely brilliant. And it's something about Cartier where you don't need to, it's some watches what people wear and it's like, okay, you're trying really hard. You put a Cartier on and it's just class. You don't need to say anything else. It's just pure class, really. Something timeless and elegant about their pieces. And yeah, that's what really stands out to me. But we'll dive into it very soon. But that's what the brand means to me, certainly. Yeah.
Excellent. So, Swiss, you must have quite a lot to say on this, I'm guessing.
Yes. So I'm gonna be the antagonist right here, a bit of a party pooper, because I think Cartier as a watch brand, I have to acknowledge that they are they exist for more than a century. They have been making some beautiful watches for more than a century. However, their how can I say, mainstream collections, I think are incredibly boring, incredibly outdated.
Wow.
And just plain ugly.
All of them? All of them?
Yeah, no, not all of them. Most of them.
Sorry.
There are a few exceptions, and I'm gonna show you a few of them. I think people just they see the word Paris onto the dial, and they're like, oh, it's stylish. It doesn't work with me. This being said, I know that it is my opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. And they have a few beautiful pieces. Mostly boring, but with a few exceptions that I will gladly show you tonight.
Excellent. It's good to have somebody who is, the other way about them. That's good,
Who's the other way? Yeah.
I like how Swiss is playing the part of the arrogant Frenchman.
Red, how are you? What about you, my friend?
I think for me, Cartier, until very, very, very recently, has always been a brand that I would associate with ladies' timepieces. They're very elegant and they come in a lovely red box. And it's something that a lady would wear. I never considered them a gentleman's watch. I have of recent times, because other sort of brands are maybe harder to get, like Rolex, you start looking at different brands. So I have of recent times looked at Cartier, and as I knew I was doing the show tonight, I actually made an effort to go down to one of the ADs today, try on some Cartier watches, and I was blown away by some of the styles, some of the models that are definitely for gentlemen. And there's plenty of lovely ladies ones too, but it's a brand that I think hasn't got the respect it deserves in the watch community, especially from the gentlemen.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Brian, what treasures do you have for us tonight?
Cartier is iconic. You see it, you automatically know what it is. It's recognizable from a mile away. And from a watch or horology standpoint, yeah, they dabble in high horology, but that's not where they live. And I think if you look at the Cartier book of offerings, they have the most balanced offerings, where you can get a man's dress or sports watch, you can get a lady's dress or sports watch, you can get the same sports watch or dress watch in a lady size or a man's size. It's just the most balanced offering on the market.
Excellent.
Yes. Can I just add a few?
I didn't expect that, actually. I was expecting
commentaries.
Yeah.
Can I just add one or two more things?
No, go on.
So I mostly agree with Red Shovel and with Brian. I think it's very important to note that, as Brian said, one of the big strength of the brand is that they have a very diverse collection. Mm-hmm. As he said, it comes in all sizes and every shape, steel or precious metal. And it is true that up until very recently, they were a bit stuck. They were a bit stuck because Cartier is not known for watches. It is known for jewelry. And only very recently, in the past maybe 5 years, they have done such a big effort. And I have to say bravo to Cartier. Such a great effort to put forward their men's watches, especially with the new Santos that now everybody is talking about. They are part of those few brands. I also think of IWC and maybe even Ulysse Nardin, who in the past few years made so much effort to just come with new designs, new watches, and they have been fantastic for that. So well done.
Okay, so you've changed your opinion very quickly.
Oh no, I still feel
well done. I'll tell you what, Red and Brian sold it really well there.
Swiss has no opinions. He will not take sides with anybody.
Exactly.
Neutral. Yeah, he's neutral. Yeah. Okay, so in that case, let's put money where our mouths are, and let's go through the two watches we want to talk about in the Cartier range we love so much. John?
Right. Okay. Sorry, I thought you had a spreadsheet with them all, didn't you? What's going on with them?
Yeah, I believe Palm can. There we go. Fantastic.
Right.
All right. So we do start with Palm, actually. So
actually, I'll do mine.
Easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my favorite in the collection is the tank for this, because it's just, for me, again, effortless style. It's nothing fancy or flash or anything, but to me, I know that the Santos is the first, allegedly the first ever wristwatch, but for me, a Cartier is always going to be a tank, and regardless of complications and you name it, to me, this is the tank is Cartier. And the Mooster Tank Lapis Lazuli, the one on the left. It's a very small watch, very classic, very dressy. It's very vintage. I believe this is a 1990 model here, but it's got crystalline marble lazurite in it to give it that blue. I don't think that picture does it justice. It really needs it. Really, it's not
Really
like an
pops,
aventurine
right?
dial, but it's nicer. It's shiny. It just stands in a room full of watches. That blue one will just for me stand out so nicely with the yellow gold as well, and they always come on beautiful bracelets. I believe this one is mechanical, so manual wind. And my second choice is the classic, which in the video just most people are wearing. This is This is actually a Louis Cartier. It's not a mousse, but the rose gold. It's one. What's his name? Wears one. The act. What's his name? Jeff Goldblum wears one of these. Again, very effortlessly cool guy. Princess Diana, Muhammad Ali, you name it, they've all worn this top watch.
Andy Warhol,
and
I think. Wore
Andy
it.
Warhol, yeah, who never. I think he had the mousse, didn't he? Because it was. Did he not wind his, or did the battery run out in his? Because he had one which didn't actually tell the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this for me is probably the one on the right is probably my favorite. It's the one I would aspire to buy most.
Yeah, it's a classic, right?
Yeah,
classic
timeless.
And iconic. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Classic.
So I dive into mine. So I do apologize because the text seems to be not fit into the pictures. It does yeah. It's due to the formatting of StreamYard, I think.
So this is the opposite of the asymmetry, right?
Yeah.
This is
Exactly. Yeah. So
the antithesis.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. The PowerPoint, it was perfect, but it's just how it's been formatted in StreamYard. So please bear with that. So yeah, the Prive collection is probably one of my most favorite from Cartier, and maybe I get some support with Swiss here is where you see more of the innovation, especially from the watchmaking. Historically speaking, as well, this line is kind of bringing back some of the greatest designs of the past, and also this is where you get more innovation within their movements. That being said, they do outsource a lot of their movements. So, and when it comes to the higher horology lineup, so they have like Jaeger LaCouture, Piaget. They've even worked with AP or companies who have been under AP as well. And then Cartier do a lot of finishing on their side regarding like the decoration of the movement as well. So I think that's where Cartier starts to come into their own in being a bit more respected in this lineup, at least in the world horology. But yeah, the asymmetry for me is just absolutely beautiful. Class. I could just rock that all day. I just think it's really cool. You'll stand out in a room with that, and I just love it. Now, the one to the right-hand side, the 1970s Cristola, is a piece which I'm actually after buying. It's quite a large size for a vintage watch, and it's maybe come up on the show before. It's around 35 millimeters, so as you can see, there it wears, on the more jumbo size range, it wears a little larger. Why do I like this piece so much? It's the romance of case design. So I've said this many times, like, there's a lot more in vintage and at deco watches. There's a lot more like romance, in my opinion, in the way they design the watch, and with these 3 layers stepping on the case design, it's quite in it. For me, it's really nice innovation, and it's a really nice iconic design, which you just don't see these days as much. So that one just really stands out to me. And again, I like to have pieces what not everybody else has, something what's more unique and personal to me. So that's my 2 top picks.
Beautiful,
and I will pass over to John.
So there you go. So I look at these. I mean, I just, for instance, look at the Pasha. It's got the old style kind of case, it's like almost like a pocket watch case. I just think it's just a unique design of case. I think it's really nice. It's for about 30. Let's see what size it is. 41 millimeter. You get 2 straps of it, both with a quick release system. I said I've not really looked into Cartier before, so I can't say I've hankered after that watch for a long time. But when I look at it, it stands out as one I'd really like. Now the other one is a chronograph. It's about 43.3 millimeters, and to me it looks a bit more rugged. You can almost say it's a bit like a tool watch. You get two straps with it. Well, you get a nice alligator strap, and you also get this black strap with it as well, or this black bracelet, which looks quite rugged. I'm interested in how the chronograph works. I mean, it's just got like one button on the left hand side. I mean, does anyone know how these work? I thought it'd have just one button start, one button stop. Anyone know about them? Perhaps Swiss.
I think those are just a stop start on there on the other side.
Yep.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
That's all it is, it's just got one button, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting looking chronograph, and it looks almost a bit rugged, like a tool watch. So,
Tickers, does that chronograph button bother you, being that it's on the wrong side?
no, not at all. Because I'd be wearing it on the left wrist, so it would be that'd be fine. Thank you for asking. No, great watch. I can't offer any more of that. I've never really looked into them. Certainly never ever tried any Cartier on my wrist, but I will do next time I go to an AD. I'll definitely try one on. I'll try a few on actually and see what they're like. But that's my offerings.
Nice.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So then we go over to Swiss.
Open up the wall.
Yes,
buddy.
absolutely. Shall we talk about the watches in detail right now, or are we just showing?
Yeah, do you want
You
your
can go
screen?
in detail now if you want. Do you want me to add your
Yeah.
Oh, shall I? Okay, just keep this image for now.
Sure.
I'm gonna start with the model on the right. So actually, there is something that Cartier does that I really love, and it was talked a bit before. It is called the Collection Prive, where it's a bit of the Cartier playground, where they try something new, something innovative. Usually, it is very restricted collections, few numbers of pieces with interesting cases or movements or complications. And it's just, for collectors who prefer the higher end stuff, which is what I like. I like high complications. I like high finishing. And I think those two are really interesting because both of them are actually inspired by past models. So the one on the right is called the Cartier Tortue, or if you want to say the full name is Cartier Tortue à pattes, which means a turtle on its feet. It is a monopusher chronograph. So you can see that it's a chronograph that has no pushers, but actually the crown is its own pusher. Start, stop, reset, all in one go. It is a very old complication that predates the two button chronographs. It's actually a bit more complicated to do. This is why usually when you see mono pushers, they are extremely expensive. For example, recently Montblanc reissued a mono pusher with a Minerva movement. It's about $30,000, and you only see this in very, particular watches and brands. And it's actually beautiful that Cartier reissued that watch. So it was inspired by an older watch, the Cartier Tortue, who was made, I think, in the 50s. And it's actually three watchmakers that came together. Maybe you know their names because they were working together in a firm called Technique Horlogère Appliquée. It is Denis Flageolet, who later founded De Béthune, Vianney Alter, who is a very famous now independent watchmaker, and François Paul Journe, who is another now very important watchmaker. And they all three was working together the movement. Can you just put my screen on right now? Yes. So this is the movement inside, and it was made by those three people who are, now legends within the watchmaking industry, specifically for this watch. No other watch or model or even brand has this movement inside, and it was made in very few batches. And I just wanted to show this. So it was reissued, I think, in 2000, early 2000s, 1998. And I think this watch right here is really beautiful. It has a beautiful case. The dial is beautiful. The movement amazing with super high finishing. And I just want to show you how its desirability evolved in the past few years. I was saying Cartier made a huge comeback in the last years. This also goes for those crazy collector pieces. So this was a Philips auction in 2019. Beautiful, beautiful watch. Look at this. This is amazing. Cartier needs more of this. And it sold for 18,000 Swiss francs.
Wow.
It's about the same in dollars.
Can you just bring the movement up again, the middle picture? Let's just have a look at the movement.
let
That
me
is
show you this
beautiful.
one.
That is just beautiful. Oh, look at that.
Fantastic.
Look at the anglage. Everything perfectly
Yeah, that's
finished.
amazing. That's amazing.
Now has the Cartier motif, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, Swiss, but I think it's Cartier who do that. It's not outsourced that part of the finishing, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, it was.
I could be wrong.
The three watchmakers with the technique horlogère appliquée. So I guess it was outsourced, but it was outsourced to the best. So
the best, yeah.
It
That's
gets
interesting.
a pass. So it sold for $18,000. Now the exact same watch, 2 years later, sold for $60,000.
Oh,
the same watch 2 years later.
Same watch. Wow.
Yeah, in 2021, just to show you how now they are crazy desirable. And well, there is also some even more complicated ones. This one has a miniature repeater. It sold for $100,000.
100,000.
And it comes in, a few more shapes. But I mean, this one, in my opinion, is the
ultimate.
the watch that made it. This is
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. I love it.
It's like the Daytona, right? Daytona of Cartiers.
Yeah,
be a
that's the Paul Newman of
the Paul Newman.
You've got that
Yeah.
guilloche as well, though, in this.
it
blue
has
and white
a
colouring. Yeah, it's
beautiful guilloche
amazing.
pattern.
The dial is
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah, and so Collection Prive, it's often named CPCP, and I always wondered what Collection Prive, why CPCP? It's actually Collection Prive Cartier Paris. So there you go.
And it sounds so much better when you say it.
Yes.
Much better than anyone
Collection
else.
Prive
Yeah,
Cartier
on the
Paris.
panel.
Made,
I swear,
by
I'm gonna have
Technique
private
Horlogère
lessons. I'm gonna have private lessons with Swiss to learn
Yes.
some of this stuff in proper.
Made by Denis Flageolet
Substation.
from De Béthune, François Paul Journe from François Paul Journe, and Vianney Alter from Vianney Alter. This is like the best collab ever. You can go to the slide once again. Yes. Okay, so now we have the other one on the left, which is another beautiful innovation that was made from Cartier. They have like it's like the LUC Chopard. There is the simple Chopard and then the LUC Chopard, which it's like the higher league. And this is what the Collection Prive from Cartier is. This one on the left is very interesting. It's called the Cartier Astro Mystérieux. So it all started with the Cartier Mystérieux, which is named like this because if you look at it, it feels like the movement is floating, and it's not attached to anything. It's like floating within the case. But actually, how it really works, there is a sandwich of sapphire discs, and everything is attached to those discs, so it can actually revolve inside. So how it works? Do you know the Ulysse Nardin fric?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So it's basically the same thing. The minute hands is attached to the movement itself, and the entire movement revolves within 60 minutes. So it's basically a 60-minute tourbillon. And I think this, it's a very playful way to show the time. Just like the freak, it's named the freak. It's from Ulysse Nardin. This is the Astro Mystérieux, mystérieux because, hey, how is it working? It's a mystery. Obviously, there is more working within the external ring that you cannot see. It's underneath the numerals. It is a sandwich of 4 different sapphire plates, and everything can be worked with the crown. Maybe can you show my thank you very much. So maybe here you can see it. Can I find this one? Obviously, being one of the best of Cartier, it has beautiful anglage, beautiful finishing. Everything is really nice. I wanted to say something more. I feel I forgot something. But it makes for something very interesting, and I can say this by experience because I was once at my my Cartier boutique here in Geneva, and actually they had one of those because it was the grand opening. They just they restored the building, and it was a big reopening. They had one of those. I tried it on, and actually all I could see is my hairy arm underneath the watch.
Yeah, it's a problem with that.
It was
It's a
very
downside.
I'm gonna have to watch the pictures. They are amazing. That watch is amazing.
yeah. It was a bit
Wow, it is.
distracting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, but as I said before, actually this watch is inspired from the past once again, and this is because historically Cartier was making those table clocks. I think
Yes.
this is a better image. So these were made, like in the 40s, 50s, and you can see here exactly the same. So everything is transparent. The hands, you feel like they are floating. Where was the other one? They also made some pocket watches like this,
Nice.
and they just saw that and they were like, okay, let's recreate this, and it gave birth to this watch. I think this is beautiful. I love the case, very classic case shape. They still, they kept the little gem on the crown and everything to remind you it's Cartier. It has the big Cartier numerals with the chemin de fer, but yet it's very modern and very special, and this is what I like.
Which brand made the first mystery dial? Because I know Jaeger LeCoultre did the same, right? I remember that in like some of their 60s pieces had a mystery dial as well.
Vacheron had one as well.
Yeah.
I'm not wonder who did the first. Probably VC, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, hence the name.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Palm, do you mind if I share
on
my
to-
screen for the PowerPoint instead of the one what's in here?
Go for it. Yeah, if you can.
Yep, I'm just going to do it. Yep.
Meanwhile, you can feast your eyes on this beautiful Cartier tortue.
That is amazing.
That
That-
is
Can you imagine this sold for 18,000 2 years ago?
Can't believe that.
And now this would be like close to 100.
Those indices, what are they made from? Do you know? Is that white gold or?
There are like little white gold plots. It's very
Okay.
beautiful, I have to say. Very nice.
Right. So, are you ready, Andy?
It's already. I just want to prove that I didn't mess up the PowerPoint and it was StreamYard what did it. They were triggering my OCD too much.
There we go. And it's the same.
It can't be. No, you're sharing my screen.
Slide 5. Yeah.
No, but you're not sharing.
Let me try
That's
this.
not my
Oh, there you
screen.
go.
though.
Oh no, right. Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
Come
It
on.
wasn't you. It was StreamYard all along, huh?
Look at that. Okay, just
Yeah.
to show. Had it all fancy, all correct.
Yeah. Oh, there we are.
Right. Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, OCD. We're kicking in too much. I'll pass over to Redman.
Maybe you can just hide the little.
Yeah, the little
Thing-
sharing,
thing.
screen
Just
sharing.
click on hide.
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
There's a hide button there. Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
are.
there you go.
So this is and I can't pronounce it as well as Swiss can. Obviously, the
Cartier
Cartier
Calibre.
Calibre Chronograph and hold on. Right. This watch proves that a celebrity endorsement works. I first of all noticed this watch when Tom Cruise was doing the rounds of when he was promoting the new Top Gun film, Top Gun Maverick, and he was seen at a few sort of press events wearing this watch, and as I say, it goes to prove that celebrity endorsements do work.
Yes.
I looked that watch up. I said that is a lovely looking watch, and it's one of the first of the Cartier watches that I really said I like that. It's 42 millimeters. It's a chronograph. As far as I'm aware, they don't make it anymore. It's now been discontinued.
I love the bracelet. That bracelet looks lovely. That bracelet looks really
The
nice.
bracelet is nice. It's just the dial does it for me. It just looks so classy. It just looks amazing, the whole thing.
It does.
And you can get it on a few sort of sort of dealers. It's on there for about maybe £5,500. That sort of price, like with box and papers. And I just think that is a classy looking watch.
It is.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And it's one of the, it was one of those, sort of things where I was sort of reading a review of the Top Gun film and actually seen Tom Cruise wearing that watch. And it was one of those things where you actually look to find out what the watch is, that you're actually zoomed in on the watch and not what he's actually talking about. And it just goes to prove that if you can get something onto somebody's wrist that is famous, you can increase, sales and awareness.
So when did Tom Cruise wear this then?
It was recently when he was promoting Top Gun Maverick. The new,
Even though he didn't wear this watch in Top Gun. He wore the
No,
Porsche
Not in the
Trainer
film, no.
No,
in the film, but
he didn't wear it in the film, but he wore this Cartier watch and I think another Santos watch when he was doing the sort of press rounds
So
for
this
the
is
new
It's one of these then. Wow.
for the new film.
Yeah.
So now whether it's a personal watch of his or whether he gets paid to actually wear it, I don't know. I don't really care actually, but I just thought
It's lovely. It's a lovely watch. That is gorgeous.
beautiful. I thought.
Yeah.
Now, the second one, which I think is more or less the same as yours, Tickers there from the one you picked, which is the 43.3.
Yeah. It's exactly the same, mate.
Which is what they would define as the extra large Santos chronograph. I actually today went down to the AD in Belfast to try this watch and was blown away by it. Absolutely blown away. Now it's £8,100 and it's worth every penny, I think.
Wow.
Now comes with that rubber strap also, and also comes with the leather one as well. You can, he said, get a bracelet for it, at an additional cost. But I think that in the near future I will be purchasing that watch because I loved it so much. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I tried quite a lot of the range on there like today, but that was the one that stood out for me. Yes, it is a bit larger at the 43.3mm size, but superb. I was blown away by it.
Do the screws in the bezel do that because you're an AP man? Does that actually give you some kind of familiarity there, or is it on its own merit?
I just love the whole thing. I did try the larger sort of version of that. The one with the black. The black dial one, and it just didn't. There's something about the curvature of the glass on that watch. This is why you've really got to try these watches on. Everyone has to try these watches on just to see what it looks like on the wrist, and that just looks superb. Now it is. I think like all these Cartiers, they're all dress watches. That's the bottom line. Like they're not like a sport watch. They're really, they're just pure dress watches. But that one there just blew me away.
Santos generally is a bit more sporty anyway, but this with the chrono on it as well. Yeah, I guess you.
Agree
with that.
I don't think you could class that. Well, for me, I wouldn't wear that as a sport. That is a out and out dress watch. Even though it's on a rubber strap, it still looks. It still smacks of dress watch to me.
Yeah.
So it does. So they would be my two choices: one from the past, one from the future, or one from the present as such.
From the future, yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
That was the old show, last week.
That was the old show.
Red, wouldn't you fancy buying one of them them collagraphs that you showed us? Wouldn't you fancy buying one of them?
Yes, I probably would, but if it was to put my money, if it was to pick one right now, I would probably go for the Santos one at the minute. If I had the money to spend, I would probably just about be swayed by the Santos one at the minute. So maybe it's because I have actually tried it on today. I've worn it today. Even like for 15, like 20 minutes, I was blown away by it. Really was.
Wow, interesting.
Nice. It's good feedback, yeah.
Excellent. So
we'll
last and by no means least, Ryan.
Yes, now that we've heard all the posers and pundits talk, let's actually talk to somebody that has actually and owns Cartiers and owns the two that are on the screen.
So totally not biased at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, we could have put you full screen if you want.
Okay,
But, no,
put them full screen. Go ahead.
There they
are. That's the other button. Don't hit the big red button.
There you go.
Yep.
There they are.
No. Oh, now I immediately like the square one. I don't do square watches, but guess what? I like the
Santos.
Square one.
Yeah.
Well, this is that Santos Extra Large that you guys are looking at in the chronograph.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's beautiful.
And so it's important to understand that Cartier is currently part of the Richemont Group. Cartier is probably the biggest part of the Richemont Group, the flagship. So when you're buying a Cartier watch, the other brands within the Richemont Group are IWC and JLC, Vacheron. There's some high horology in there. So you get this, but this is, except for Bal Mercier and maybe some of the Mont Blancs, these are basically the shitters that come out of the Richemont Group. And they're really good shitters. And on top of that, I worked for a tiny little division of the Richemont Group, so I put the shirt on because Alfred Dunhill is part of the Richemont Group. So yeah, I own these too.
Tell us about that diver one. Tell us a bit
Yeah.
more.
This is
Tell
the
about
It's really
both of them.
interesting.
this is the Cartier Caliber Diver, right, Swiss?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And it's
Well,
just a 300 meter, date 3-hander that they made. I think they discontinued them 4 or 5 years ago, and you can pick these up in. They come in the stainless steel. There's a blue. There's a two-tone. There's a ceramic case, which I guess has some problems, but you can pick these up pre-owned for $5,000 in really good shape.
Nice.
And I'll be the arrogant son of a bitch because this was the watch that I was doing yard work in today because I knew we were going to be talking about Cartier. So this is one of my outside beaters, and it's kind of thick and chunky. But this one was the one that when they introduced this in blue, and it comes with the blue rubber strap, I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. And I actually, hold on, everybody, actually bought it at retail.
Mhm.
Wow.
Paid
Cool.
full retail. So, and then the third one that I sent you guys is one that we are waiting for it to become available, and I'm waiting for it to become available at one of the at either my AD or one of the Cartier boutiques that I want to create a relationship with. It's the new Cartier Tank Solar Beat, and
Yep.
we want the medium. There's a small and a medium, or they're calling them a medium and a large, but the medium, the large is really it's like a 30 millimeter. But we want that I want to get that for my wife. It's got an 18-year runtime on solar power. So that's why I said at the beginning that you're talking about a very diversified company.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So that takes us to what do the audience think? What are their top picks? Their favorite Cartiers?
Yeah. Are we doing a poll or how is?
Yeah, let's get
a minute.
let's get a poll going. Yeah.
Let's get a poll going. What's your favorite range of Cartier watches?
Yeah.
well, I bought my favorite range, so
Yep, you certainly did.
How much did it cost you then? That Brian, that square one, Santos, is it?
7,800 US.
Mm.
And of course, the same place that I bought it from also happens to be a Rolex AD. So, how's that?
Wow.
Yeah. And I'll change the strap out real quick for everybody.
Hang on, we got a full screen here for that one. Hang on.
Oh, it's
Yep.
not that exciting.
Go.
Trust me, there it is, all changed.
Just like that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Superb.
And I like that they did
Yeah,
the little
it's cool.
extra effort where the extra flap comes in.
Okay.
The extra of the strap comes inside instead of on the outside. Not high horology. Sorry, Monsieur Suisse.
Yeah, talking about this, can you just bring my screen once again?
Again,
Yeah, this is one
do a
of
poll
the,
if they want your screen again. I'm joking.
this is one of the little things that I never see anyone talk about. So this is how Cartier does their leather bands and buckles. Can you see how the leather band actually goes in there and flips inwards like this?
Yep.
This is the absolute worst thing I've ever seen on the watch, because you have this, then it completely destroys the leather band over here. If you want to move it, it's impossible. It's completely unpractical. And yeah, I still don't know why they keep this design. I think it's absolutely terrible. But yeah, that
I
was
shall
just
I
my
shall
2 cents.
educate my young friend from Switzerland on why they do that. The deployant
Nope.
buckle and the retainers in it are built up. So when they're built up, they allow for space for the extra of the strap. to
Yes,
tuck
I
back
know,
up.
but it's
But-
completely unpractical.
No, it's perfectly practical because then you never have a strap dangling. You don't
I
need a
know,
strap
I know,
keeper.
but guess what?
But-
Now, if you have to resize, it's a hassle.
If you have to resize, the only way you should have to resize is to make it smaller as the leather band stretches over time. So you just keep pulling and tucking. You never should have to resize bigger unless you're sharing it with your very large friend. It's a cleanliness look because you don't
Well-
want this extra strap getting caught on,
I
on the
will
back of your cufflinks.
strongly disagree on that one. And with the trend now being that you want micro adjust, you want
Yeah.
being able to change the strap whenever you want. This is anachronistic as hell. This has to go. This has to go.
But that's very micro adjusting when you can just pull the strap maybe a half a millimeter and it's even tighter.
Yeah, but when you put it back in place, now you have that big crease that is on the outside.
I know, but when I was working at Dunhill and there was a couple of Dunhill watches that had the same thing. That was the sales pitch.
Okay.
But it's not uncomfortable to wear. To have the strap underneath there.
Guys, get in that poll. Let's see what you vote
Yeah,
on.
Yeah,
It's,
at the moment, it's neck and neck.
Neck and neck, yeah.
Who's neck?
Oh, it is.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Neck and neck.
Ooh.
The tank and the Santos.
Oh, since I have
Come on.
the
One vote
Team
is
Tank.
the decider.
Team Tank, yeah. Team Tank.
Yeah, come on.
Let's
Team
get-
Santos.
let's
Team
get the win.
Santos.
Tank for the win.
Santos.
Oh, Santos is taking it.
Oh, Santos.
Oh,
Big
shovels. It's his
Big
other accounts.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurry up, log
Troll
Troll
in,
accounts. Yeah.
log in under my troll accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting close again. But I think Santos has won it.
I think it has.
How long have we got on this? Until we say stop.
Until we end the
basically.
show. Basically, yeah. So a few minutes, about
Yeah,
3 minutes. Yeah, we'll get
uh,
3 minutes, shall we?
Yeah, let's give it another couple of minutes. One round of boxing, 3 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the solar.
Uh-huh.
I will show you my favorite Cartier. It's called the Cartier Drive. Now this is an
Drive.
interesting watch.
That's a nice
and,
one.
If I can find the moon phase.
Yeah, I was about to say the moon phase one. That
Moon
takes it to a different level, doesn't it?
phase.
Yeah,
The drive was very
This is
popular
really
at the
nice.
Oscars.
that's really nice.
This is really nice. Really nice. It's like
Yeah.
ultra thin, beautiful little moon phase. Very, very nice.
It's very. Is it sporty or is it dressy? Because this kind of.
No, it's very dressy.
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 Oh,
kind of
no,
the
no way
case
sporty.
size kind of goes a bit
That's
sporty. It's
dressy.
called Drive
Nah,
as well,
Hmm.
so it's a driver's watch. So
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
thin is that? Wow, is that is thin?
It's
isn't
really
it?
thin.
Really
It's a
thin,
great
that.
spot.
nice one.
It's a great
Mm.
dress watch for those with failing eyesight.
So,
It's beautiful. What's it? That really
Yeah.
is beautiful, man.
That is a nice
That's
one.
cool.
that's it. It's not Will Smith who was wearing that at the Oscars, I think. Not that particular one, I don't think, but he had the
Was
drive.
it on his slapping hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It has
Raised
some
its profile. Oh, it's nice and in the gold.
Okay, the poll is Santos has taken this.
Oh, the Santos has taken this now.
Taken it away.
Against
It has-
38% for the tank, 15% for the Ballon Bleu, and the poor Pasha has got no votes.
Nil point.
whatsoever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So I think we'll wrap this up, guys, if that's okay. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. Thank you, first of all, for the people in the chat for getting involved, for voting, for watching us, for loving the Cartier. Now, before we go, I think someone's got an announcement about another Cartier special maybe on the way. Andy or Palm, you know about this? You want to give an announcement?
Yes, so we have a very special interview coming up with quite a big Instagram account called Cartier Watch Nerd. He has a very, very big Cartier collection, which he'll be sharing with us and showing some of his most favorite pieces. And he has insane knowledge around Cartier, so we'll be learning even more. So make sure you tune in for that one when it drops.
Fantastic. That'd be brilliant. Okay, so we'll be dropping over the weekend at some point. We don't know. It may not be the usual time of Saturday at 9 o'clock. We've got other times to drop, but you'll look out for over the weekend, a pre-recorded show. You definitely won't be getting anything on Saturday because a lot of us will be at World Time, which is going to be really exciting. See you at World Time. Anybody who's going, good to see you all. Thanks to all. Hope to see some of you on Saturday at Sofitel Heathrow. Yeah. Thanks for everyone. Love this. Thank you, Critter. Excellent. Let's see what else. Matt H, great show. Viking loved it. Hope to see you some of the watch community on Saturday. Thank you, Matt H. Great. Thank you. Okay. Thank you to the wonderful panel. Thank you to Palm. Thank you to Andy. Thank you to Swiss. Great to see you back on. We'll see you more often. Thank you to Red, and thank you to Brian. Excellent to have you all on board, and we will see everybody soon. So good night.
Thank you for joining.
Good evening.
Good night. Thank you.